I am intrigued by the fall of black icons like Diddy. And it's not Schadenfreude. I take no pleasure in seeing people fall for the sake of falling simply because they have more money or at a higher socioeconomic tier than I am. It really isn't. It is just simply that this scandal is larger than Epstein, arguably so. Because Diddy seems to be the centerpin of a grand network of black icons that are absolutely the polar opposites of their personas. From actors like Cuba Gooding Jr., Jay-Z, R. Kelly, Tupac, Jamie Foxx, and countless other black icons who have been role models to the black community. Corrupt role models. They're all implicated by the hedonistic debauchery of Diddy. Now, Cuba Gooding Jr. struck me as shocking. So I want to find out more about, because he played in movies like Men of Honor. Like as far as I know, his persona was probably one of the only genuinely beneficial ones from like the characters he would play, the roles they would play in his movies. So it's like that I'm willing to give, and maybe this is my own personal sentimentality, maybe I shouldn't, more wait time on the facts to roll out for people for individuals like Cuba Gooding Jr. But setting him aside, for the rest of them, right, the fall of Diddy is just the beginning, or Puff Daddy, whatever the fuck he called himself, is just the beginning. The sheer scale of how deep this rabbit hole goes is like one big, giant, gratifying, I fucking told you so for me, right? Because black American culture, mainstream black American culture, is literally imploding before our very eyes, and it fucking deserves to. It deserves it. It deserves every little bit of this. We are at the birth of a cataclysmic void in black American society, and everyone else it widely and indirectly influences. I'm talking about from how black culture influences shit like K-pop. Though I doubt the void will be filled with better influencers, it does make me feel validated, good, and even more justified to have completely washed my hands of that entire scene from childhood. Right? When I was a child, I said, that's none of that shit's for me. Right? And it stems from the indirect consequences of what I suffer from my father's actions as a kingpin drug dealer. All right. I decided from a young age, from the age of 7, 8 years old, to not get involved with any of that shit. The music didn't appeal, none of it. Regardless of who my father was, or what he did, or what societal assumptions and expectations were of me, or what peer pressure was like growing up, especially through teenhood, I was abso-fucking-lutely correct to detach from everyone even remotely involved in that culture, even if they weren't black, because there are a lot of non-blacks that I grew up with that I would put them in the same category. So it's not actually racially based; it's culturally based. Even though I understand there's no overlap, but when it comes to anyone who just perpetuated those values or lack thereof, I was right to completely detach from them, right? To keep my head down, choose different friends, and just get the fuck away from that entire world the moment I got an opportunity. The moment. Fuck that. All of it. I kept my house clean. I didn't listen to the music. None of it appealed to me. If I were to show you my Spotify right now, you'd find thousands of songs. Thousands. And none of those mainstream artists, with the exception of the fusion between Jay-Z and Linkin Park. I think that's probably the only one you'll find. And maybe 1 or 2 Eminem songs. And I think 1 Machine Gun Kelly song. I think it's 1 out of thousands. Out of a wide 20-year collection of music. You won't find any of those artists. None of them in my collection. None. I did not program my brain with that shit. Yeah, I kept my house clean. And who cares if I came off as arrogant at the time? And who cares if I come off as arrogant now? I was right. Fuck all of them. Each and every single last one of them. Each and every single last one of those icons. Fuck them. Fuck them. All right. I was simply decades ahead of the curve, maybe even centuries, and I still am. So, posterity, I don't know what to expect from what will fill this black hole that is forming with the death of these stars, pun intended. You know, I am a physicist. But whatever it's filled with, stay the fuck away from it, descendants of mine. Stay away from it. Just fucking don't let them guilt trip you into lowering yourself to their level at any point. Feel you have my permission. You have my ancestral permission to throw up the middle finger and go a totally different route. Fuck all of them. Fuck them. It's not your fault. It's not on you. You have my permission to let go of the burden of the black community's self-inflicted wounds.